All right, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakha Kwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And as always, double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I wanted to do a response video to a video that was uploaded by this guy right here called Mark the Messenger. Okay, and here the title of the video, as you see right here on the top of the screen, says Cowboy speaks on the real Israelites. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this video and continue from there.
It's big lot of truth.
I can figure it out. If y'all are the chosen ones, shouldn't y'all be obeying better than me? I mean, I even try to keep the fourth commandment.
Sabbath day.
Try to keep the Sabbath day holy. I've spent many of hours trying to figure out which is the right Sabbath day, because we know that old Catholic Church, something a little fishy about it, don't we? With that white Jesus.
Yes, there you go.
I mean, here's a white guy telling you black people that your Messiah is not a long-haired white European guy. Your Messiah is Hebrew.
There you go.
My darker-skinned brothers and sisters. When are you guys going to wake up and become kings and queens?
It's big lot of
So, you saw the video right there, so basically, the truth is coming out on who the real Hebrew Israelites are, okay? Now, as for the guy who's wearing a white cowboy hat, he could be an Israelite, And the reason why I say that is because, the scriptures tell you that Edomites are liars, ain't no Edomite gonna come out and admit who the real Israelites are, okay? Furthermore, we know that in the book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter and the 4th verse, it says that the soul of Edomites, which are lifted up, is not upright in them, okay? But the just shall live by his faith. So, understand that there's going to be Israelites that's going to look like people of the other nation, Now, this guy right here with the cowboy hat on, he could be a Jake. He could be somebody who was born and raised around Edomites, because you're going to have that. You're going to have Israelites that look like Edomites, right? But they might be born and raised around a bunch of other Edomites. Because when you hang around particular people, you tend to pick up on their traits. You dress like them, you speak like them, you act like them. So this guy with the cowboy hat on, he could actually be one of our people, because we know heathens, it's really Edomites. We know that it's not really in their blood to speak the truth. He could simply be a Jake who is lost, and in the book of Jeremiah, it says, what? My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird, Furthermore, you got Edomites out there who try to make this truth to be some kind of black thing, the black Hebrew Israelites. Well, look, there's going to be Hebrew Israelites that's going to look like so-called white people. There's going to be Hebrew Israelites that's going to look like Arabians and East Indians. There's going to be Hebrew Israelites that's going to look like Africans. There's going to be Hebrew Israelites that's going to look like Chinese or Japanese people. Okay, there's going to be Hebrew Israelites that's going to look like Hawaiians. That's just the way it is. So it's like, where does Esau get this idea of black Hebrew Israel? I'll tell you why they keep calling us black Hebrew Israelites. Because you see, they want to maintain their white supremacy. Because see, they're trying to put on this facade that there's black Hebrew Israelites and then there's white Jewish people. Nah, man. You're not going to find anywhere in the scriptures of black Hebrew Israelites. You're not going to find anywhere in the scriptures of white Hebrew Israelites. It simply don't exist. But I could tell you what exists in the Holy Scriptures. Israel, Israelites, Zion, the saints. So there's going to be Israelites out there that's going to look like people of the other nations. Okay, now don't get me wrong. Back in the ancient world, when we were together as a nation of people, we all had brown skin and woolly hair. Okay. But when the Lord had scattered us on the four corners of the earth, what happened? When we got scattered amongst the other nations, when a process of time had passed by, a lot of our people who was raised, amongst these heathens ended up growing up and looking like them and even keeping the customs of the other nations, which can be found in the book of Hebrews. In the book of Deuteronomy. Okay. Which can be found in the book of Deuteronomy. I don't know why they would show something like that with hashtags. Okay. Let's go to Google. Okay. Okay, let me see. And then we're going to type in Bible. And let's type in some scriptures here. I think that's Joel 3. I should have my own. Yeah, here we go. Let's go to Joel 3. Bear with me for one moment. Let's see, Nebuchadnezzar. See, because let me see. Proclaim leaders among the Gentiles. Okay, hold on. You know what? I think it would have just been better if I just did this. Let's do this. 4. Okay. I will pour out my spirit. Yeah. On all. Let's see, Joel. So that's Joel 2. Let's see if I can get the KJV version of it. Of course, they're not going to have it, which is fine. I'll just type in KJV right here. That's all. And then it should pop up. No, I want the one in Joel. Okay, Joel chapter 2, verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Okay, your old men shall dream dreams. Your younger men shall see visions. Now, you could tell that, he watches the Hebrew Israelites, because he said, when are we going to rise up and be kings and queens? Well, let me just say this. First off, there ain't going to be no queens in the kingdom of heaven. Okay. Our women and our daughters and our nieces and our aunties are going to go back to being princesses. Okay. There's going to be only one type of monarch in the kingdom of heaven, and that's going to be kings. Okay. Kings. Okay. Israelite kings, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indian kings, are going to be the ones ruling on the earth. Okay, there's only going to be male monarchs. There ain't going to be no female monarchs in the kingdom of heaven. Okay. Okay. Our women are going to go back to being princesses, which a princess is basically the daughter of a king. Okay. And a prince is the son of a king. Okay. And you know, the reason, we're going to go back to being kings, or ruling the planet, basically when Yahweh Shai returns. Now, Yahweh Shai said it best. He said, no man knoweth the hour, nor the time or day. So we don't know when Yahweh Shai is going to return. But we know that when Yahweh Shai returns, we're not going to be ruling right then and there when he returns. Because remember, the elect is going to get beamed up on chariots. And when I say remember, I'm talking to you sincere brothers in the truth. When the elect gets beamed up into chariots, we're hoping to be of the elect. Okay, when the elect gets beamed up into chariots, we're not going to, just come back down right away and police, basically not police, but basically put the world in subjection, because remember, Yahweh Shai, he's going to put crowns on his elect men. And who knows how long that might take? It could take a year. It could take 2 years. I mean, that's a lot of men that Yahweh Shai is going to be crowning. But anyways, when the Israelites, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians, come back down from Yahweh Shai's chariot as New Jerusalem, and we put the so-called elites into slavery, and we put the leaders of these heathens into slavery. Then that's when, because remember, these heathens, they have to build up the kingdom of heaven too. Because if we're of the elect, we're not going to lift a damn finger. Okay, these heathens, they're the ones who's going to build up our kingdoms. Okay. But no man knoweth that time or hour, And, Jake is over here geeking because, he admitted that the Lord and Savior is not a European, which the Holy Scriptures tell you what the Messiah looks like. Okay. And that's in Revelation 1, verse 13 to 15, and in the book of Daniel, chapter 10, verse 5 to 6. Okay. Okay, so there was another scripture I was looking for. Okay. Oh yeah. Let's do this. Let's come over here, right? Joel. Let's go to Psalms. That's what I want. Okay, because again, the guy that I see on the guy with the cowboy hat on, he could very well be a Jake. He could be an Israelite who was just born and raised around Edomites. Okay. And this is what the scriptures say about Edomites. Psalms 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born. Doing what? Speaking lies. You see? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's impossible for Edomites to speak the truth, but it's just not in their blood to speak the truth. You know, it's really not in Edomites' blood to speak the truth. So for him to come out and say, admitting to who the Israelites are and what color the Messiah is, he could very well be an Israelite, Also, let me get this as well. He could actually be one of our people. You can't you wouldn't be able to tell just by looking at him. Mine heritage, let's type in, is on to me as what? A speckled bird. Okay. KJV. I should get the one in the blue letter Bible though. So let's go to Jeremiah 12:9 in the BLB. Excuse me. Bookmarks. And let's go to the blue letter Bible search. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is let's type in Jeremiah chapter 12 and verse 9. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up this word for speckled. Okay. So this is Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 9. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. So Jeremiah said that his heritage is unto him as a speckled bird. So what did Jeremiah mean by this? Basically, what Jeremiah is saying is that, his people didn't look like your average Israelites. Now, what makes you an Israelite? When your father's lineage on your father's side goes back to so-called Negro, Latino, or Native Indians. And the reason why I say on your father's side is because the man carries the seed. When you look up the word seed, it goes back to the Greek word sperma, which is where you get the word sperm from. Okay, so seed goes back to sperm. Okay. And your nationality is based on who your father is. A lineage or a line of people is continued through the man. Okay? So if your line on your father's side goes back to a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native Indian, you are an Israelite regardless of what you look like. Okay? So let's look up this word speckled here. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay, Jeremiah. Let's look up this word speckled here. And it goes back to, what is that? Ibawat. If I'm saying that correctly, Ibawat. I believe that's Ibawat. I mean, not Ibawat. Excuse me. I meant that is, no, wait. Tazabawai. Is that Tazabawai? Let me see. Tazabawai. I hope I'm saying that. I hope I'm reading it correctly. But what do you see right here? Oh yeah. See, it is Tazabawai. Okay, Tawada Yahweh Shai. Okay. And what do you see right here for the definition? You see colored. Okay. Now, the Israelites, back in Jeremiah's time, was probably many different colors. Okay. I mean, we're talking yellow, brown, golden brown, so-called white, oriented, and then right here, what do you see? You see variegated. Now, you can apply that in today's time. And what do I mean by that? Variegated. That means you're going to have Israelites that's going to look like people of the other nations. But no matter what you look like, if your father's lineage on your father's side goes back to so-called Negro, Latino, or Native Indians, you are an Israelite regardless of what you look like. Okay. And we know that it's going to be it's always in an Israelite's blood to tell the truth. Now, don't get me wrong. You do have Israelites who are liars. Okay. You're going to have Israelites who are liars. But you are going to have Israelites that are going to look like people of the other nations. Variegated. You see that? And then here we have speckled. Okay. Now, what I'd like to do is, let me see. I would like to define the word variegated. Let's do this. Okay. Let's come over here. Let's look up this word variegated, so we can get a better understanding. Okay. Here we go. Variegated definition. Okay. And what do we see here? Exhibiting different colors, especially as irregular patches or streaks. You see that? Now, if you have leprosy, that's a irregular skin color, because a person who has leprosy has no color in their skin. Their skin is basically clear, which makes it possible to see the white meat underneath your skin. Okay, so that would be considered a irregular skin complexion. You see that? So variegated means exhibiting different colors, especially as irregular patches or streaks. Okay, so what does variegated mean? Let's check this out. Having discrete markings of different colors. Various, diverse, varied examples. The flower has bright variegated petals. You see that? So, in other words, you're going to have Israelites that's going to look like people of another nation. Okay. So, you can't always assume that somebody is an Edomite or they're a Ishmaelite, an Arabian. You can't assume that somebody is a East Indian, a Elamite, which so-called white people are with the world. The so-called white people are Edomites, okay? But you can't assume that somebody's an Edomite based on how they look. You can't assume that somebody is an Arabian, an Ishmaelite based on how they look. You can't assume that somebody is an African based on how they look. You can't assume that somebody is a Chinese or a Japanese person based on how they look. You can't assume that somebody is a Hawaiian based on how they look, okay? You have to go by the Spirit. Okay. Let's go to John real quick. Chapter 6, verse 64. Okay. Or is it 63? John chapter 6, verse 63. It is the Spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit, and they are life. You see that? It is the Spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. Let's go to the book of Romans. You see, now I'm in the zone. Oh, man. I just love serving Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay. Romans chapter 8, verse 16. Now check this out, right? It says, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh. Now, let's go back to John, the 7th chapter. And I can't remember the exact verse. Oh, the Lord led me right to it. Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Now check this out. John chapter 7, verse 24. Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. Because you still got some camps out there who literally judge based on skin color. And that you can't just do that, man. You know, if somebody come up to your camp, right? And, you know, they basically, you know, they're listening. They're into the scriptures, but they look like somebody of another nation. Then they might ask you some questions. You just can't deny them just because they look like somebody of another nation. You have to go by the Spirit. Okay. You have to go by the Spirit, man. You got to question them. You know, ask them if they believe in a higher power, you know, because we know that it's very common for Edomites not to believe in a higher power. Question them. You judge by the Spirit by basically questioning them, seeing where their mind is at. Ask them how they like their steak. Do you like your steak well done? Or do you like your steak, blue? We'll just say blue, or a steak tartare. Which blue or steak tartare is basically when the meat is raw, right? But then they take the steak, they let it kiss the grill for like 30 seconds. They flip it over, let it kiss the grill for like 30 seconds. Sometimes maybe even a minute. And then they'll say, okay, it's done. I'll eat it. That's blue or steak tartare. There's still blood in the meat. Now, if you like eating your food like that, then more than likely you're an Edomite. Okay? Because we know Edomites don't like to eat their food all the way cooked. And that's just one common trait. That's just one common trait of an Edomite, okay? And a matter of fact, Esau, in the book of Genesis, the 25th chapter, he ate bloody meat, okay? And that was pretty much a light thing to him. Eating his food half uncooked and shit. And then wiping his mouth and then going about his business. Yeah, Edomites love eating their food like that. But yeah, I just wanted to do a response video to that. Hopefully you sincere brothers were edified. Call halayim la alahayanawa Yahweh bahashem Yahweh Shai. Awalam yom wa awalam yom. The water Yahweh bahashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom is on to the next one.